Hey everybody, I'm Laura and you're watching Atomic News TV, and I am so sorry that I did not make my date with you last night. I was supposed to live stream last night at 8 o'clock, but I got stuck at work, and by the time I got home it was like almost 10 o'clock my time, and I thought, oh my god, I still have to do this, I still have to do that. There's no way I can live stream. So I ghosted you guys. I'm so sorry. As we get closer to the holidays, I'm going to be honest with you. It could happen again. All right, you guys just hang in there with me. I will always try and keep you guys posted in the community section about what's going on as soon as I know it. The job that I do, I know I don't really share with you guys what I do specifically. I know you guys know that I'm in retail, but I don't tell you where I work because there are people out there that are weirdos. And if you happen to come across me where I work and you recognize me, that's one thing. Great. All right. Hey, I'll take a picture with you. It's happened. And I do have people that visit me regularly and they know where I work, and I'm cool with that. But there are some weirdos out there. Okay. We all know this because of poor Jen from AZ Patriots. Weirdos like to dox your information. So I know I don't tell you guys where I work. I know you know that I'm in retail and I work with animals. But yesterday I could not leave because when I'm in the middle of a transaction, if I leave that transaction, then the money that I make from that goes to somebody else. Let's just say that, not to me. So if I want to make some coin, I need to finish my transaction and finish my sale. Makes sense? So I apologize, but I am here tonight for you with all the information that I was supposed to give you last night. I want to, first of all, before I forget, I want to send a thank you or say a thank you to Miranda, who made a donation to my channel via PayPal. The link is below if anybody else wants to do that. If in the chat room you guys want to type something that you want me to see specifically, make sure that you do the @ symbol and then Atomic News. That way it will pop up at me and I'll see my name, hopefully, and be able to see what you're saying. Or you guys can super chat. It's that little $sign that's in where you're typing right now. And if you want to make a donation, if you're feeling frisky tonight, that's great. Awesome. If you can't, that's fine. I'm okay with it. I still want you here. So if you have not yet hit like, make sure you guys hit that like button. I know I got some emails from a few viewers wanting an update on RKTNN. I have not had a chance to go over there and see their latest video. I know that they have posted an update video in the last week on Randall and how he's doing post strokes. So all I can tell you as far as the update, I know that they have hit $16,000 and they're fundraising their GoFundMe for the family. I can tell you that. As far as anything else, I don't know right now, but if you go over to RKTNN, there is a new video. So if you want to get an update on Randall, just passing that along to you. I did see that American Joe did a video or a live stream directing people over there, you know, go help out, etc. And I thought that was awesome. I've seen a few YouTubers do that, so I think that's pretty cool. We should support each other. Patriots stick together. Patriots stick with Patriots, right? So I also wanted to give you guys an update, which I did not know about this until I happened to realize, you know, I haven't seen anything from Grand Supreme News in my video. Like if I go to home and I just look at the most, you know, current videos and like whatever, I almost always saw something from Lewis, always. And I thought, where's Lewis? And so I went over to his channel, and yes, he's still posting videos, but I did learn that YouTube has demonetized his platform, saying that he is not following, you know, the YouTube guidelines, et cetera, et cetera. The same BS they gave me back in spring when they shut me down for a day. Remember that? Lewis is harmless, okay? He is a very sweet man. He's very religious. All right, he'll tell you, you know, in probably every single video, you know, give your life to Christ, et cetera, et cetera. It's not my gig, but it's his gig. So, you know, I'm going to support him on that. But He does great news, you guys, great news reports. And there isn't anything that he does that's against YouTube standards, except maybe talk about religion. You know, maybe they're getting funny about that. I don't know. Just out of curious what you guys think. Like when you're watching a Patriot and they say a little prayer or they talk about God or whatever, does that bother you guys at all? Does anybody have a problem with that? I don't know. I just don't see how anybody would have a problem with it necessarily. If you didn't, they just wouldn't watch it, right? So it doesn't make any sense because he's not a cusser at all. Like this girl, cusser. At least 5 times in a video. You know what they say though about people who cuss? That they are honest people. Not saying that Lewis is not honest, but I'm just saying because he's a good guy. He really is. I've been on his channel before, and he interviewed me in regards to the border. And so, you know, he and his wife are great. So I don't know what's going on with his channel right now, other than YouTube has demonetized his platform. You know, the usual BS that they dish out to us patriots. So make sure you guys go over to Grand Supreme News and just show him some love, cheer him up. I'm sure it's very frustrating because that could happen to any of us at any time. All it takes is one liberal snowflake to be like, she said, build the wall. And then YouTube says it's hate speech. So I don't know. But anyway, let's get down to business. All right, Tucson, you guys. All right, you guys know I'm not that far from Tucson. I've been down to Tucson, you know, recently to the border to go see what's going on down there. Jen from AZ Patriots has been down there. Patriot Movement AZ has been down there. Paloma's been down there. Like everybody's been down there, right? But specifically, Jen from AZ Patriots was down in Tucson when they were discussing Sanctuary City. We knew it was coming up for a vote, and I have good news. Halla freaking Luya. All right, Tucson will not become Arizona's first sanctuary city after voters rejected Prop 205 on Tuesday night. Thank the gods. Okay, whichever one you follow. That's why I say gods with an S. All right. Battery addiction says my daughter is in Tucson. All right, hopefully your daughter voted no. Because if Tucson voted yes and Tucson became a sanctuary city, oh, holy hell. That would be the beginning of this state turning blue. Okay. And we don't ever want that here in Arizona. I'm sorry. Never. I'm never going to live in a blue state again. It's ridiculous. How much you're taxed, the ridiculous laws. It's insane. I will never support a blue city or a blue state ever again. So yes, Margot says thumbs up and Doris is applauding and I see confetti and streamers. Yes. Overwhelmingly voted it down by 71%, says Mr. Atomic, aka Black Bart. So the ballot measure was soundly rejected by 71.4% of voters in Tucson, according to an unofficial election result released by the city, with all precincts reporting. Some remaining ballots will be counted in the coming days. It's not going to be big enough of a difference to change the no to a yes. So the group Tucson Families Free and together spearheaded the ballot initiative earlier this year, collecting thousands of signatures in the city. Despite several attempts to block the measure from appearing on Tuesday's ballot, their efforts were ultimately successful. So it did appear on the ballot. Where did they get their signatures from? Dead people? So they got all these signatures to get it on the ballot. You had enough signatures to get it on the ballot, but obviously not enough voters to get it passed. So that makes me question, were the Democrats seeing dead people down there? Were the Democrats doing their usual and having non-existent people, fake names, fake people, dead people, signing and voting? Probably, because the only way the Democrats can get ahead is cheating. And we've seen this for years now, okay? The measure was widely opposed by local leaders, including the Pima County Sheriff, thank God, Tucson police officials, thank God, and Tucson's largely Democratic city council and mayor. Okay, so thank you. Thank you, Tucson, for having the courage to fight this Democrat BS that they're trying to pull in to all of these border states and make us sanctuaries for the world to come and migrate to and mooch off of. I don't know about you, but I don't want any of my money going to somebody that came here to mooch. I bust my butt in my job. And you know what? It's funny is one of my big bosses knows, well, actually both of the big bosses know my YouTube channel. Both of my managers know my YouTube channel. I'm quite sure they've seen my live streams and they know how vocal I am. And they don't care. I love them. They're the best. And they know that I bust my butt and I don't want to share my money with anybody but my family or whoever I choose to share my money with. I'm like kind of a pit bull where I work. I'm pretty tough, and I definitely do. I have no intention of giving my money away to anybody who wants to mooch off our system and our resources. I would much rather give my money to somebody that deserves it, such as a veteran or somebody who lost their job because they closed the business and they are falling on hard times, people that are actually American citizens, or somebody who is legally here and contributing to a society but might need some extra help. Those would be people that I would be willing to help in life. Okay. So I'm not giving any of these sanctuary cities a damn dime. Nope. So all right, next article that I have for you guys is in regards to some shootings that have been this article came out I think it was 2 days ago. Let me go find it here. Hold on. Regarding the cartel. Okay, this was on ABC 15 in Arizona, so this is Arizona news. Cartel gunmen killed 9 Americans. And then the article is saying this is what we know about Mexico ambush that left 9 dead. And this was posted on the 5th. Okay, so this was yesterday. So Sonora, Mexico, it says drug cartel gunmen ambushed 3 SUVs along a dirt road, slaughtering 6 children and 3 women, all U.S. citizens living in northern Mexico. How does that work? You're a U.S. citizen and you're living in northern Mexico. Why? Why? Why would you? That makes no sense. If you went through all that trouble to be a U.S. citizen and you're living in northern Mexico now, though I did have a coworker at one time who retired to Mexico. She said she liked it there, that life was simple there, and she had a great time and she enjoyed it. And they lived near the beach, and I was like, okay, more power to you. Have some good tacos for me, man, and a beer. Say cheers. So she did. She did the same. I used to work with her at the same job that I work with at now, but when I lived here last time. And I was like, whatever floats your boat, sugar. But so maybe there were people like that. I don't know. Maybe they were retired. Maybe they weren't. Maybe they were just visiting. I don't know. But it says in a grisly attack that left one vehicle a burned out, bullet-riddled Hulk, authorities said. Wow. Details about the deadly Monday attack are continuing to develop. And then it says, here's what we know. So I'll share this with you guys. Officials now say an arrest made that was believed to be connected to this case is not connected after all. The Agency for Criminal Investigation said that one person was detained in possession of various assault rifles, including high-caliber weapons near a city I cannot say. Agua Prieta? That sounds good. I think I got it. In the state of Sonora. It was originally reported that the arrest was connected, but Mexico officials now say the arrest is not connected. 9 people were dead. One woman, Christina Langford Johnson was killed after she apparently jumped out of her vehicle and waved her hands to show she was not a threat. A short distance away, Donna Ray Langford, 43 years old, lay dead in the front seat of another Suburban, along with the bullet-riddled bodies of her sons, ages 11 and 2. Kendra Lee Miller, identified her as her sister-in-law, 30-year-old Ronita Marie Miller, and 4 of Ronita's 7 children, her 12-year-old son, a 10-year-old daughter, and, oh my God, 8-month-old twins. That's disgusting. That's sick. The 8-month-old twins? Who does that? The garbage of the world. The garbage, the trash of this world does that. That's who does that. So, AKA the cartels. Garbage. Okay? Those are shitty ass people. All right? And if my video gets demonetized because I called cartel members shitty ass people, so be it. I'll take it. 8 injured. 8 youngsters were found alive after escaping from the vehicles and hiding in the brush, but at least 5 had gunshot wounds or other injuries and were taken to the U.S. for treatment. Good. Better that they came to us than they get treated in Mexico anyway. Just going to keep it real. I mean, I always tell you guys the way it is in my thoughts. I don't sugarcoat anything. I say it the way it is. So it's better that they were treated here. I'm just going to say it. 5 children are in Tucson hospitals and all are in stable condition. So at least there's some good news there. Burned and shot. The family was ambushed by an armed group at about 1 p.m. Arizona time, according to Mexico's security minister. Kendra Lee Miller said that when her relatives went to inspect the scene, all they found was charred remains, ash, and bones. The gunman had riddled the vehicle with dozens of bullets and apparently hit the gas tank, causing it to explode. So we're talking a scene from a movie here, okay? Where it happened, the bloodshed took place Monday in the remote mountain area in northern Mexico, where the Sinaloa Cartel has been engaging in turf war. And I know I've talked to you guys about this before. We are often told here, I would say at least once a month, don't go through this area. Okay, if you're in Arizona, don't go over here. Don't go over that border and through this port of entry. And it happens in Texas too. The cartel is at war with each other, rival gangs, that type of thing, and they have shootouts on the border all the time. I have footage that I thought about putting up on the channel, but I was like, how am I going to do this? There wasn't any video. It was just all audio. And I was like, I don't think anybody's going to understand what this is. So I never posted it, but it's of somebody who's on the Texas border. I'm not going to say where or who, but basically they caught a shootout on the border and you can hear the shootout. And I think this person was like 10 miles from where it took place, and they still could hear it very well. So this happens all the time. The victims had set out to visit relatives in Mexico. One woman was headed to the airport in Phoenix to meet her husband. And then it goes on to talk about the victims. I'm not going to give you all those details because then you'll be like, sorry. The community history, it says similar American farming communities are clustered around the Chihuahua-Sonora state border, while some of the splinter groups were once polygamous. What kind of article is this turning into? Many no longer are. All of the victims are apparently related to the extended LeBron family in Chihuahua, whose members have run afoul of the drug traffickers over the years. Benjamin LeBron, an anti-crime activist who founded neighborhood patrols against cartels, was killed in 2009. Okay, so this is sounds like a long time beef. The FBI offered to assist Mexican authorities in the investigation, and President Trump tweeted that a wonderful family got caught between 2 vicious drug cartels. He said that U.S. stands ready, willing, and able to get involved and do the job quickly and effectively. The cartels have become so large and powerful that you sometimes need an army to defeat an army. This is why this man is our president. This is what we voted him in for, okay? We didn't vote him in for you to like him. Okay, I don't care if you like Donald Trump or not. Guess what? Did you guys see that meme on Facebook where when the time changed and they're like, hey, don't forget to change your clocks back. And hey, Trump's still your president an extra hour. I love that. It was so great. It was something like that. I was paraphrasing it. But this is why we voted this man in, to get the job done. And he doesn't care if you like him or not. And we don't care if you like Donald Trump or not. He's getting the job done. So I love that tweet. I love what he had to say about that. Mexico is never going to flourish until they get rid of the cartels, until they finally get off their wussy asses, their pansy asses, and take control of the cartel. All right? Because the cartel, they've got the manpower, they've got the firepower to fight a war, essentially. And see, Mexico, the Mexican government must be a bunch of pansy-ass wussies, all right? Because they're never going to get that shit under control. And we're always going to flourish, and they're not, because we take care of our shit, all right? If that was happening on our turf, oh no. The fire and fury would be released from Donald Trump like you would not believe. That wouldn't last very long here. So I've got a lot of articles about what's going on the border right now. I could talk to you for like 2 hours, but I know you guys have lives. So Border Patrol agent shoots and kills a man in Sunland Park, New Mexico after taking fire. I did get this article. I believe it was from She-Wolf from Guardian Patriots. I could be wrong, but regardless, I'm giving you a shout out because I love you. She's my girl. I feel like I haven't talked to her in forever, but it's because it's the holiday season already in retail, and I never have time for squat. It says a Border Patrol agent shot and killed a man early Monday in Sunland Park after the man allegedly, sorry, I can't speak, opened fire on the agent. Okay, so in other words, he asked for it. About 6 a.m., the agent encountered 4 people in the southern New Mexico town outside El Paso near the 1200 block of McNutt Road. I love that, McNutt. Excuse me. She-Wolf, can you get me a picture of McNutt Road, that sign? I think I need a picture of McNutt Road. Or any of my other buddies down there on the border near Sunland Park, can you just do a girl a favor? Because I could have so much fun with a picture of a street sign that says McNutt. Anyway, according to the U.S. Border Patrol, so a foot pursuit took place with one suspect and 2 agents, according to New Mexico State Police. At some point during the foot pursuit, I'm sorry, I'm still laughing about McNutt. The suspect fired a weapon at the 2 Border Patrol agents. Dumb person. One of the 4 produced a firearm and shot at the agent. And then the agent returned fire, then provided aid to the wounded man until emergency medical personnel arrived. Leave it to America to do it that way, okay? If it had been reversed and it had been in Mexico, the person that authorities shot, they would have been left for dead probably. Sorry, you're dying, you're bleeding out. Sorry. But Americans, we're going to shoot you, we're going to stop you, and then we're going to also keep you alive because that way we can prosecute you and send you to jail for the rest of your life because that's how we roll. I love it. So Border Patrol did not release information about the man's name, age, citizenship, or residence. I have a funny feeling that it's somebody who shouldn't be on our side of the border. You think? I don't know. Just saying. Y'all might think that's, racist, but it's not. So, because I didn't say what nationality that person was. Anyway, agents with the New Mexico State My child is trying to call me right now while I'm live streaming. She's going to have to wait. Agents with the New Mexico State Police Investigation Bureau are working on identifying the suspect and will not release a name until family has been notified. The Border Patrol agent's name will not be released until all interviews have been completed. Smart. Okay, I'm good with that. The agent works for Border Patrol Santa Teresa Station, whose area of responsibility stretches from Mount Crisco Rey across the urban footprint of Sunland Park into the open desert on the way to Columbus, New Mexico. So this area is where Guardian Patriots was stationed for so many months in the spring, getting you all that footage that you've seen on my channel of all these people crossing that border before that private wall was built. Okay, so all the Brazilians, Guatemala, El Salvador, all those people. That's the area that this happened, that exact area, basically. And now my child is yelling at me via text. She can wait. Anyway, so I do have a couple other articles that are pretty interesting. I thought they were interesting. More drugs. Surprised? Are you surprised? Hey, if you guys have not hit like yet, make sure you hit that like button. There's 64 people in here and 49 likes, so there's a few of you that are creepers. Hit like. And then let's see here. Let me find which article I want to do. Hold on. Oh, I'm not going to talk about the wildfires. We already know that California is burned. So I feel bad for them, but Trump says he's considering not sending any more funding to help them because they don't properly manage their forests, which I've told you that on the last 2 live streams where we talked about it. I knew that. I lived there. They never will. California needs to pull their head out of their asses. Let's see here. Oh, let's talk about the wall, okay? Smugglers are sawing through the border wall, but officials say it's not an issue. I didn't even get a chance to read this article yet, and I was just like, how is that not an issue? Let's find out. This is an article from CBS, just so you guys know my source. Oh, and there's a video too. I don't know. Maybe it'll tell us something. Hold on. Let's watch this video. I'll show it to you guys. Hold on.
Prescriptions used to be really expensive.
Oh, shish.
Then I went to GoodRx.com.
You put in the drug you're looking for, and bang, you've got half a dozen.
Let's skip this ad. But this might have some good info, so let me wait for this ad to finish. It's GoodRx, you guys. Sign up for GoodRx. Not sponsored.
Independent watchdog is launching an investigation to seize private land to build barriers along the U.S.-Mexico border. CBS News has obtained a letter from the Government Accountability Office to Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. It's requesting to review matters relating to the Trump administration's efforts to exercise the power of eminent domain to build a wall on the southern border. CBS News reporter Camilo Montoya Galvez looked into this, and he joins me now from Washington. Camilo, thank you so much for joining us. Does the government have the authority to seize private property and turn it into public land?
The short answer to that is yes, Elaine. The federal government can take private land for public use as long as it offers the owners compensation. In fact, there is a clause in the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution that says this can be done, but the government has to provide quote-unquote just compensation to landowners. So essentially, agency officials approach landowners, offer them a settlement, and give them a deadline to decide whether they will sell their land voluntarily or potentially have their land taken away from them through the invocation of eminent domain. And landowners do have a legal recourse to fight this in court, but the government really wields much of the power here. And to be fair, previous Republican and Democratic administrations administrations have also invoked this concept of eminent domains near the border to build more barriers. But the difference here, Elaine, is that the administration has intensified efforts to seize much of this land in recent months, because the president is really rushing to deliver on his signature promise to build a wall along the border to really deter illegal crossings.
Isn't that a Freudian
Well, let's
slip?
discuss the probe. Why is it being initiated, and what do Democrats want it to unearth?
Yeah, so this is a direct response to concerns Democrats in Congress raise and have been raising for quite a while. Last month, Senator Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and a couple of his colleagues in the Senate asked the Government Accountability Office to launch a probe into this use of eminent domain by the administration. And now we have confirmation that the office, which, as you stated earlier, Elaine, is an independent watchdog for Congress, will be starting an inquiry into this. And Democrats want the office to look into the number of citizens who could be potentially affected by this use of eminent domain, the cost of acquiring these lands, and how long the administration will take to accomplish this. And it's also important.
So it goes on, but
lawmakers already asked.
So I talked about eminent domain before, like way back when we first started the wall, and we first started having all these caravans come over the border last fall. Eminent domain, there's eminent domain, and then there's military eminent domain. I believe in military eminent domain, they just say, sorry, sucker. And the landowners don't get squat. But, and of course, then they'd be like, oh my gosh, impeach Donald Trump for doing that. But I think there's a difference between regular eminent domain and military eminent domain. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. If you know, let me know in the comments in the chat room if you know anything about that. I wouldn't mind talking to somebody who might know more about that. Now, I do know that the amount of people that would be affected are not that great. It's not. Usually the ranchers down there and the landowners own large pieces of land. So it's not like they have huge populations right there on the border. And then there are also reservations, though, Indian reservations that are on the border. And I know some of the Indian tribes are cooperative, but some of them are not. And I do know that some of those tribal people watch my channel. I have Border Patrol that watches my channel. I have military that watches my channel. I have a lot of people that watch my channel. And people are going to think I'm a meanie for saying this, but we've taken the land before from the Native Americans. Why would we not take it again? I know there's going to be some snowflake in here that's going to say, Lawra, you're a horrible person, but I'm just saying the facts, all right? I'm just saying the truth. We took it once, we'll take it again, you know? We'll give you some more crappy land somewhere else. Okay? Then that would be on our generation, okay? But all these people that are complaining about how our ancestors stole this land, and we should go back to where we came from, we had nothing to do with that. There is nobody alive right now that had anything to do with that, okay? But if we did it again, then it could technically, people could say, you know, whatever they want at that point, because we did do it then. Our generation did do it. But it's, the way I see it, every time somebody says that, I'm just like, you have no argument. You don't have a leg to stand on. Our ancestors did it. We're just benefiting from it. All right. We don't owe them nothing at this point. All right. We didn't do it. You didn't do it. I didn't do it. The guy next door didn't do it. So that's my feelings on that. You know, if we have to take the land again, take it again. If it's going to keep this country locked in and safe, great. Because I'm tired of people that don't belong here taking our resources. And I'm sure you are too, and that's why you're here and watching my channel. So a spokesperson for Customs and Border Protection confirmed to CBS that smugglers are sawing through portions of the wall at the southern border. Although he downplayed the extent of the breaches, The Washington Post first reported Saturday that in recent months, smugglers have used commercially available power tools to saw gaps in the bollards in new sections of the border wall and have also used makeshift ladders to scale and climb over the wall. Yes, we knew this was going to happen. Okay, all these Democrats are like, see, it's useless, blah, 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 blah. It's not useless. It is actually doing its purpose and what it was intended to do. Okay, there's always going to be somebody that tries to get around it and work the system. There's always going to be somebody. But there is a dramatically less amount of people coming across that area than there were before. And that is what makes it useful. Okay. All these Democrats who tweet, and they all tweet it out together. It's like they had a little meeting in the morning to make sure that all their underwear matched and their hair was in the same ponytail and they were all wearing the same color and tweeting the same things. Okay. They'll all say it on the same days, especially Schumer and Kamala Harris about the vanity project and this useless wall. It's not useless. Okay, that private wall that they built in Sunland Park, all right, the one that you guys saw built up on my channel a few months back, they had 0 crossings. Okay, after that wall went up. I mean, they may have, because they have that issue with the gate being left open during the day. There may have been a few here and there since then, but there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds coming through every month. And now there's not. See how that works? Okay. So if some person decides to saw through and a couple, squeak through like mice, okay, it's better than hundreds and thousands of people coming through freely with no control over it at all. It's still better. It's 90% better, and I'll take it. And I'll spend my money and spend my taxes to do it. Don't know about you. But so it looks like they've confirmed the Post reporting that these breaches have amounted to a few instances. See, I knew that. I hadn't even read the article. Arguing that the new border fencing has significantly increased security and deterrence. While there have been cutting breaches in the new border wall, they confirm that CBP still considers the bollard system superior to previous barrier designs. And really, it's all about Border Patrol and what's best for them, okay? Their safety and helping them do their job. That wall that we had built through We Build the Wall, that was for Border Patrol. That we gifted that to them, basically. All the people that donated to We Build the Wall to make that happen. We gifted that to Border Patrol so that they could do their job safer, smarter, and more effectively. And it says here, any characterization that the wall is not working is ridiculous. The wall is working. Criminals are trying to defeat it, and they are going to continue to try new tactics, which we will also defeat, because we will. The only thing we couldn't defeat is if we had like a military attack against the wall. Okay, and that would have to come from the cartels, okay, who do have grenade launchers and things like that, okay? But that would start all-out war between the U.S. and Mexico, so I don't think that they'd actually go for that, but I'm just giving you a scenario. And then it says, we 100% need the border wall. A Homeland Security official insisted to CBS News that the bottom line is the wall works. And as far as buying time and space for agents to be able to respond to people breaching it. And that's really what it comes down to. That's exactly what it comes down to. Okay, the harder it is to get through, the slower they are at getting through, and the faster an agent can get to them. Oh, sorry, I just thought maybe there was a comment in the chat that I might have to approve. Sorry, squirrel. It's not about whether people can breach it or not. There's nothing people can't breach. Okay, this is common sense, and obviously they know it too. It's about the capability of our agents on the ground. This is a wall system. There are cameras, there are sensors, there's a wall. All of that buys agents time and space to be able to respond. If someone cuts through the wall, by the time they finish, there's going to be an agent standing right there. Okay, exactly what I just said. Building the wall at the southern border has been a key priority for President Trump. Blah, 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 blah. We all know this. Hold on. But, it says, as Mr. Trump headed to New York City on Friday, he told reporters he hadn't heard about the breaches, but you can cut through any wall. Okay, so he's not saying that nobody's ever going to get through this wall that he had built. And he said he'd build the biggest and the greatest wall that ever existed. Okay, yes, he did. Okay, it may not be a tourist attraction many years from now like the Great Wall of China, but it is probably the most high-tech security wall compared to any country. And there are so many countries that have border walls. Okay, so we're not the only racist country, just so you know. I know I had one more article for you guys. Let's see here. Hold on. How's everybody doing in chat? Are you guys behaving yourself? Okay. Okay, Yuma sector. You guys know where Yuma is. I've been to Yuma. I got you guys footage of people crossing in Yuma. Yuma Sector Border Patrol halts more than $126,000 in meth headed for Phoenix. Okay, where I live. Okay, I'm in the Phoenix metro. I'm not specifically in Phoenix, but in the Phoenix metro area. So U.S. Border Patrol agents working at the Interstate 8 immigration checkpoint seized more than $126,000 worth of drugs being attempted to be smuggled through to our country on Wednesday afternoon. At approximately 1:20 p.m., the Welton Station agents working the checkpoint referred a gray 2005 Honda Odyssey to the secondary inspection area following a Border Patrol canine alert to the vehicle. Does that sound familiar? This is the way it happens every time. Okay, they call them to secondary checkpoint, and because a dog alerted them to something not right, agents discovered 50 packages of methamphetamines hidden in the rear bumper area of the vehicle. The narcotics weighed approximately 55 pounds and have an estimated street value of $126,000. After further questioning by agents, it was discovered that the meth was on its way to Phoenix, where it would have put 100,000 doses of illicit drugs into the community. 100,000 doses of meth into the community. You know what I noticed, like on my way to work? We have a new homeless, like, encampment, I guess you could say, in northern Phoenix. I'd say like around Central, Cave Creek, and Cactus, Thunderbird, kind of in that area. It rained last night here, which I was surprised. I didn't know that was going to happen. It rained a lot. And all of these people are camped out on the corners. I mean, they've got tarps up and everything like that. I mean, all four corners had some sort of homeless person, someone asking for money, etc. Not good. And I thought to myself, great, there's probably drugs there too. And this is an example of where drugs like that would have gone. People put their sign up and they're like, homeless, need money, please help, etc. And you know, some of them are legit. Honestly, some of them are legit, but some of them are not. Okay, there are people that professionally do this. You have to have seen a video like this at some point, whether it be on Facebook or YouTube or the news or whatever, where they track somebody down and they're out there, you know, panhandling, you know, they're out there begging for money, saying lost my job, homeless, etc. And then they go get into a Mercedes in the parking lot afterwards. It's real. And that absolutely happens here in Phoenix. I know it does. I look at people and I'm like, dude, your outfit looks better than mine. You know, that doesn't happen often, but I'm just saying it has happened once or twice in my life. And I'm out in my sweats and I was like, are those buckled jeans you're wearing? You know, and they do this, and those people take the money and they use it for things that they shouldn't be, like drugs, or you know, that's how they pay their bills. That's their job. Okay, begging is their job instead of actually going and getting a real McJob somewhere, no matter if it's at McDonald's or you know somewhere else, and they beg for money, and the drugs that are coming over the border, they go into places like this. Okay. I mean, that's not the only place that they go to, but it is one of them. Somebody just was, I don't have the article saved, but somebody was just busted with like 3,000 fentanyl pills the other day here in Phoenix. 3,000. Okay. Like one wrong dose of fentanyl could kill somebody. Okay. That could be 3,000 people dead. And it's coming through the southern border. Okay. Donald Trump does not make this stuff up. Okay. I'm not feeding you a load of shit here. All right, this is real. This is a big problem. All right, and one of the reasons why we want the wall, because it makes it harder for them to get the drugs across the border. Is it going to stop them? No. Is it going to slow them down? Yes. Okay, and if we can slow them down and try and catch them, great. And that's what we need to keep doing, because that's how they make their money. Mexico is dirty. Okay, between the cartels and the drugs and getting all that stuff over and taking advantage of us, it's dirty. All right, sorry. There's some great things about Mexico. There is, okay? Great people in some areas, okay? In some areas, not all areas. Great food, okay? Good times. You know, and I have lots of friends who are from Mexico, but a lot of corruptness comes from Mexico. Just keeping it real. Yep. So that's a lot. Oh, and here, I'll try to make this bigger. Hold on. Oh, it won't make any bigger, but I'll show you this picture. Look at how they had it shoved in the bumper of the car. Dude, like you have got to be the dumbest mofo if you think you're going to get through inspection. Like really, that's your life. You're going to prison, dude, for a long time. Was it worth it? No. But I know some of these people don't have a choice too. They get themselves into a position where they do what the cartel says or they die. And sometimes getting caught like this is a better choice than death. I understand that as well. So I think that is my last article for you. Let me just double check real quick, because I know I had a bunch of them. Like I said, I could talk to you guys forever. Oh, wait, here's one. Okay, one last one. I lied. Border Patrol officers work to save a man in medical distress. Okay, this is just a reminder of what Border Patrol does. Okay, I've always said on my channel, migrants do not make good decisions, and it's the truth. Okay, they cross the desert when they shouldn't be. They drag their kids behind them when it's hot and they're hungry and they're unprepared. They don't bring the proper supplies. They get sick. The kids are sick. Everybody's sick. They tried to cross rivers on rafts made of 2x4s and dental floss, and they think they're going to make it across the river safely. Migrants do not make good decisions. And this is probably, and I haven't even read this article, but it's probably an example of that. All right. So a 50-year-old Mexican man is fighting for his life at a local hospital this was on the 1st, after Border Patrol administered life-saving first aid earlier that day. Border Patrol officers working at the Paso del Norte International Crossing at the El Paso Port of Entry were processing traffic at about 2 a.m. when the driver of a vehicle waiting in line began frantically honking his horn. Sorry, my nose itches. Border Patrol officers and security guards approached the man, who told them he was having trouble breathing and needed help. The man then opened his car door and fell to the ground, which they have a picture of them taking care of him on the ground. Border Patrol officers immediately initiated CPR and then deployed an automated external defibrillator and contacted EMS. So it doesn't say what exactly happened. But the real possibility here is that this man knew he was sick. He knew something was wrong, and he knew that if he got across the border, he could be taken care of in America. Better opportunity, better doctors, better facilities, better medicine, better everything. Okay, I'm gonna say this man, if that's the case, which I don't know for sure, but if that's the case, he's a smart man. Okay, because he knew what to do. He knew if it happened in Mexico, he's probably gonna die. If he had no money. But he can come up to America and take advantage of the rich land and the rich people in comparison to the Mexican people, and take advantage of our medical system, and that he would get cared for and not have to pay for it. See how that works? I'm gonna give him credit and say, if that's the case, he's smart. But hello, that goes to show, once again, we are being taken advantage of. This country is being criminally taken advantage of. Okay, it's to the point where it's on a criminal level because it's being done at such a high rate. And that is what upsets me. I don't care if people want to migrate here. I understand why people want to migrate here. Shit, I would want to migrate here if I lived in one of those countries. All right. But they're criminally taking advantage of us. If you wanna come here the right way, welcome to my country. I'll be the first one that says, hey, welcome. But if you want to do it and take advantage of us illegally against our laws and break our laws and take advantage of our system and our resources, I do not welcome you. Okay? If you want to call that hate speech, great, go ahead. But it's not. It's just an honest person saying, I don't want to be taken advantage of. I don't want my neighbor being taken advantage of. I don't want my community being taken advantage of. And you know what? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So that's what I think, and hopefully you guys agree. You probably do. That's why you're here. Thank you guys for hanging in there with me tonight. I am so sorry again that I was not here last night like I planned to. But when it comes to making sure that furry little lives get a home, I have to make you guys wait. So I love animals. So I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. I will definitely do another live stream at some point this weekend and give you guys another update about anything that's going on. You never know what could happen between now and then. So I will post that in the community section as to what day and what time. It will probably be Saturday night, I'm guessing. So if you have not yet hit that like button, you guys, before you leave, hit the like button. And thanks for being here tonight. All right. Until next time, peace out.